Thoughts are what we think, not what we are. That is our quote of the week. Hello, how's it going? I am so excited to be here because today we are talking about the inevitable extrovert, introvert. Are you an extrovert? Are you an introvert? Let me know down below in the comments. Let me know, are you an extrovert or an introvert? Because this is a topic that I hear about all the time. Oh, it's because she's an extrovert. Oh, it's because I'm an introvert. And I'm here to tell you, let's get rid of the labels. Let's get rid of the BS. And let's get honest. Let's get real. Today, we are talking about social confidence. Today, we are doing our astrological update for June 26th. And we have our live hypnosis for social confidence. So stay tuned because we have a lot going on today. I'm super excited to be talking about this today. Let's go ahead and talk about today's topic, extrovert, introvert, astrology update, and our hypnosis for social confidence. And you're going to see how all of these come together at the end. So, introvert, extrovert. Now, before we get started with that, I want to share a little story with you. Because here's the thing. I find that a lot of people think like, oh, well, because she's an extrovert, she can talk to anybody. Because she's an extrovert, she's going to be more friendly. Because she's an extrovert, she's more outgoing and she can do these things. Because she's an extrovert, she can walk into a room and own it. I'm going to tell you right now, not true. Just because you are an extrovert doesn't mean that you're going to do all these wonderful things that people think you can do. It doesn't mean that you can walk into a room and own it. It doesn't mean that you can, go up to just anybody and have a conversation. In fact, that's not what it means at all. Introvert and extrovert is all about how you recharge. Let me say that again. Being an extrovert or an introvert is all about how you recharge. So if you are somebody who is an extrovert, what that means is you get like recharged and you get energized and you enjoy like the social energy of being around other people. Like it lights you up, it fuels you. It does not mean that you're an energetic person. On the flip side, if you're an introvert, it means that you recharge by being by yourself, by, being, having that alone time or that me time. That's how you recharge. One of my mentors is an extrovert, and he will do like a 3-day seminar and be on stage pretty much, most of the days, going long hours. If you've ever been to a seminar, they're extremely long, right? They'll go way in the morning to way in the evening, and his go extremely late. But after we're done, you would think like he's exhausted. He wants to go home. In fact, he wants to go hang out. He wants to, go have dinner, go, hang out and chat for a bit, or, after the day, talk with people. Like he loves that. He gets like energized by it. Somebody who is more of an introvert will go through something like that, and at the end of the day, they're so exhausted, like, I can't talk to anybody anymore. Like, I've depleted all my energy. I need to go take a nap. I need to go to bed, or I need to rest, right? I need to go be by myself. You see artists, right? Performers who go and perform on stage, and you think like, wow, they're such an extrovert, right? They are able to just do this. Not the case. Most times they're exhausted after it and they need to go refuel, back home, in their room. So I say this because a lot of people tell me like, oh, well, Danie, because you're an extrovert. The 14-year-old likes to tell me this a lot too. Well, it's because you're an extrovert. And it's like, no, I can't just go up to and talk to anybody because I'm an extrovert. Absolutely not. I'm not able to just come on here live and do Facebook videos or YouTube videos or whatever because I'm an extrovert. Not the case at all. It's simply how I choose to recharge myself. When I first started my business, the first year, I got really, really lonely and I didn't understand why. I'm like, I'm home. I get to do all the things because I'm home. But in fact, that was not the case. I was extremely lonely because I had no interaction with people. Like when my family would come home, I'd like jump all over them, right? Because I wanted to talk to them. I wanted to, be around them. I wanted to talk about their day and I wanted to hear what was going on in the world and, all this stuff. I was on social media a lot and following people and reading a lot of, listening to a lot of stuff because I wanted this engagement with people. And it wasn't until I started doing more networking offline, right? Not only was it great to connect with people online, but I needed to be with people, like in a physical room. I started working at coffee shops and going to networking events. And then I felt like, this feels so much better. Like I felt pumped and like a resurge of energy. Does not mean that I can just go up to talk to anybody. Does not mean that at all. So that is why I love this topic and get so fueled by it. If you can't tell already, I'm so fueled by it because it's about tapping into who you are, knowing who you are and what works for you, what doesn't work for you. I was doing a natal chart reading, actually a mini chart reading for somebody yesterday. And I told her, based on, looking at her chart and everything, I was like, you really need this sense of being by yourself, whether it's in your work, whether it's in your relationships, whether if you're single and you're by yourself, like she really, really needed downtime. Like if she didn't get her downtime because she's such a compassionate woman, she gives so much to other people. It's like she's able to empathize with people on another level. Like she just has this really beautiful ability, but she can get really drained from it. And if she doesn't stop to, take a breath, to refresh, to be by herself, she is not going to be able to continue that. She's just going to get overwhelmed by life in general and have a lot of, could fall into like depression if she's not honoring that part of her. Now, it's knowing these things about yourself. Nothing's wrong with you. You're not broken. Like, come on, we're not broken. We don't need to, fix whatever. We need to maybe unlock, maybe explore, maybe develop, but we are not broken. We are not, nothing is wrong with us, right? I hear this and I get really frustrated with these labels that we put on ourselves or society puts on us. But I wanted to switch in to today. One of the reasons why I'm talking about this specifically today and why the hypnosis today is for social confidence is because as I was, exploring our beautiful planets and stars and the energy that we are receiving from them, right now there is this energy of being social, of being out, of being around people. And not all of us are, even the extroverts, are comfortable being around people. I say this as being an extrovert. We're not always comfortable being around people. We get fueled by it. Yes, we get energized by it. But that doesn't mean, I can sit at a coffee shop, not talk to anybody, and be perfectly fine and feel good. And I'm an extrovert. So, it doesn't necessarily mean, these things. So let's talk about, and actually I'm going to flip my screen because I can, and this is really cool. If you guys like this little change where you can see these changes here with these new little banners down below, let me know. Let me know down below if you guys like them because I think they're kind of cool. All right, so let's talk about what's going on this week with our astrology update. One of the things that so just a quick update, the moon, as always, it's going through its cycle that it goes through, its lunar cycle every month. And right now we are in waning crescent, so we're preparing for our new moon, which is happening in less than a week. Our new moon, which will be in Gemini, is coming up. And this particular, where our moon is right now, it's in Pisces. So if you know anything about the zodiacs, right, the 12 signs, Pisces is actually the last sign. Now, I didn't know this. I actually thought that Capricorn was our first sign because it's January, right? We Capricorns are January, and you think like, oh, that's the beginning of the year, so that must be the beginning, right? Actually, it's not. Pisces is actually the end of the zodiac sign. So the moon is actually going through its end. It's going through the end of all of the zodiac signs. And Pisces is so beautiful because it kind of incorporates, it has a piece of all the zodiacs. It's like the wise one, right? With all the pieces of the zodiac, all the other signs. And it being at the end in Pisces right now, in this waning crescent, which is all about a reflection and reflecting back on this lunar cycle, this is a really great time. And this is going to be just for another day. It's going to be more of a meditative time for you. So you might be feeling a little bit more sensitive right now. Your intuition is extremely high. Pisces are really known for having really good intuition. You might want to retreat a bit in the activities that you're doing. You might want to maybe go inward a little bit more. You might have been feeling this the past few days because, again, the moon cycles through each zodiac 2 to 3 days roughly. But again, some activities, because Pisces is a water sign, you might want to be around water. So I know a lot of people this weekend, I'm in Southern California, went to the beach, right? Because it was the beginning of summer. And so we wanted to like head on out to the beach, which is so interesting because we were actually around in Pisces. Or moving into Pisces. But we're moving from Pisces in just a bit, just another day or so, into Aries. Now, Aries is actually the beginning of the zodiac sign. So Aries is when we start the cycle through the zodiac. And the energy with Aries is very energetic, very spontaneous, enthusiastic, right? A little bit impulsive. Aries can be definitely impulsive, but it's like, you want to start something new. It's like this fresh energy is coming in, and you might even want to take on some challenges right now. It might be a really good time to take on some challenges. So right now, with just looking at the moon, we're moving into a place where you're going to want to be more energetic, have more energy out there. The other thing that's kind of happening right now is our sun is sextile Uranus, and this is going to go till about the 4th of July. And this is a really, really nice aspect where these two planets are cooperating together. And this is going to lead to a lot of like unexpected opportunities, which I have started to see in just in my own life recently, like these things that are just coming to me out of like, feels very random, but it's just the energy that we're in right now. This is going to bring pleasant surprises and these encounters with people that are very stimulating. It's a good time to try something new and exciting. You should have enough freedom to be able to do this. You'll feel like you want to be out there and doing these things. Increased self-awareness is going to be happening. You're going to get good feedback being around other people and having these interactions with people. Your creativity is stimulated. You're going to feel comfortable expressing yourself and being a little bit more flamboyant, even a little on the kinky side. They're going to be shining. I was going to say shining some of those personality traits, which is really kind of cool. Socializing, group activities, chance encounters. You're going to be more frequent with these things, which I think is funny. I had 2 friends recently, in the past 2 days, reach out to me to be like, hey, I'm going to host something. I'm going to have something at my house. Do you want to do something? And do you want to come over? Do you want to hang out? And it was like, this people want to be out and socializing. So you're going to feel that way. Others are going to feel that way. This is a really good time to get out and be social. More likely to be around different type of people. Like you're going to encounter different type of people that are going to shine some light for you on yourself. It's interesting. People say like when you travel, it's when you learn more about yourself. And I absolutely agree with this, because when I travel and I encounter people from different walks of life, it's like reflecting of my own self and how I'm so different, or how they're so different, or their perspectives on the world and my perspective on the world. And it makes me look at things in a different way, which is totally awesome. I love. The other thing is Venus right now is sextile our moon. And this is a very like more tender kind of aspect where you want to be closer with your partner, with your family, with your friends. It's a really good time to have people over. It's more of like this intimate kind of very tender influence. If you're single, your charm, your personal charm and your beauty are going to shine like no other. There's a really good chance to possibly meet somebody. A new romance might happen under this current transit. New friends even would be something that you can maybe encounter. So a lot of really cool things that, if you can see, are about being around people, about being social, about being out there, about taking action. Hence the need to talk about extroverts, introverts, and our live hypnosis today, which is for social confidence. It's this idea that sometimes we want to be out there, but sometimes it can get a little weird, right? Like, I feel like I want to be out around people, but I'm not sure how to do it, or I'm not confident in it. And we're going to get rid of the extrovert introvert, right? Because we found out what that is today. It has nothing to do with whether you can talk to people or not. It has everything to do with how you recharge your batteries. So we're going to get that off the table, but we're going to look at how you are interacting with people. And just because you're an extrovert doesn't mean that you're super confident, right? Doesn't mean that you're confident around people even. So today we're going to talk about social confidence. And I'm excited for this one because social confidence is something I think we all could increase in, right? We all could be better at. Just confidence in general, right? And today, as we look at social confidence, because we're moving into this time of the year where we want to be out more, we want to be around people, right? The weather is getting much more attractive to be outside and around people. This is why summer is all about hanging out with people, and you'll see barbecues and camping trips and this travel and adventure, because we want to be around people.